We too are human beings, written by Bama. Let's see the summary of the story. Bama was in the third grade when she truly understood what untouchability was. Until then, she had never heard anyone speaking openly about it. Every day, Bama would take a lot of time to reach home after school. She would be so fascinated by the sights on her way home that she would take anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour to walk a distance that should have taken her only 10 minutes. One day, as she turned into the street where her house was, she observed that a threshing floor had been set up, with the landlord supervising the work. People from her community were driving cattle round and round to separate the grain from the straw. As she stood watching, she saw an elder from her community returning from the bazaar. He was carrying a small packet which seemed to contain fried snacks. Bama noticed that the man was holding the packet away from himself and by the string wrapped around it rather than holding the packet itself. She found his work extremely comical. She watched the old man walk up to the landlord and give him the packet, bowing low. The landlord opened the packet and began munching. When Bama reached home, she told her brother about this incident, describing it as humorously as she could. To her surprise, her brother wasn't amused. He told Bama that the elder had carried the packet by its string because the touch of anyone from their community was considered polluting. At first, Bama was saddened when she heard this. Then she was infuriated and could not understand how people could be treated with such disrespect. Her brother went on to tell her about an incident he had personally experienced. One day, while walking back home from the library, a man stopped him and asked him his name. When he could not recognize Bama's brother by his name, the man asked Bama's brother where he lived. The purpose of the question to quickly identify his caste. Bama's brother told her how their community had been discriminated against for generations and how they were treated without respect or honor just because they were born into a low caste. He urged her to educate herself as education was the only way of overcoming society's prejudice. These words left a lasting impression on Bama. That year she studied very hard and stood first in her class and thus made many friends.